Pagepedia, the global data system of information. It is with utmost humility and sincerity that we present Dr. Wale Oyebanji, medical talk show host on Wazobia TV, as a living testament and recollection of history in the making in our generation.
I know I can count on me, so stand up for the champions, stand up, stand up, stand up.
My name is Dr. Wale Oyebanji from here in Lagos, basically. I went to the prestigious King's College, Lagos, and went to Ibadan University, and then later to Windsor University School of Medicine in the Caribbean, where I graduated from. And then came back to Nigeria in 2008, wrote the medical exam to practice medicine in Nigeria, and since then I've been in the healthcare industry, basically. So I'd worked in both the private and the public sector. I've also been in the media as well. I host one of the co-hosts for a show. It's called We the Doctors on Wazobia TV. Work with Lagos State government as a medical officer at one of the health centers at the point. And I also worked once with the former IC on Health to cultivate a program called the Lagos State Health Volunteers Scheme, where unemployable but employable graduates were trained and posted into the healthcare center to revitalize the healthcare institution. I also consult for a company called Another Group, which is a healthcare advisory service company, and that way would also be able to drive the business in healthcare industry, basically. So, I mean, basically what I've been doing so far since I've been around is healthcare in form of health promotion and awareness, so to say. Oh, okay. From my name, I'm Yoruba by tribe, and then I'm single for now.
Everyone is born for a purpose. Dr. Wale Oyebanji reveals his life's purpose.
The purpose on it basically is to make a meaningful impact. You know, I believe that for every one of us that was created by God, we have a given assignment that God has destined, you know, and asked us to go and fulfill, basically. So the first thing is to discover that purpose, and then the next thing is to work towards achieving that purpose. And I think so far so good. From seeking first the face of God, discovering my purpose is to make a meaningful impact, especially in the areas of in our health system, basically, and also to our generation and the oncoming generation to be a major influence, a positive influence to even generations unborn, basically. And we've been trying so much to make sure that we achieve that purpose in all ways, and that we can, God willing.
As a medical talk show host on Wazobia TV, here's how we got to this height.
First of all, the grace of God, and then secondly is self-determination. And like you talked about earlier, once you discover your purpose, you know what you want to do, you know what you want to achieve, you just work towards it. And it's also important to understand your gifts and your talents. So, like, I'm a medical doctor. Not all doctors are going to be surgeons or gynecologists or be in the hospital practicing. Some of us have the gift of being able to talk to people and convince people and sensitize people. So I knew that right from time that I wasn't going to do any of those. I was just going to go to public health promotion, and go to places where there are people in some areas who have never checked their blood pressure before, for example, who don't even know anything about their sugar level. And these things are killing people. There are still some people that practice very unsafe sexual practices and all of that. So you have to educate people and sensitize people, basically. So as soon as I discovered, my God-given talent and understood my own purpose, I just was determined to follow it truly, basically. So anything that evolves around that thing that would bring to pass that reason why I was created, that was just my main game. So the first thing, like I mentioned earlier on, is first is called self. Second thing is self, discovery. You need to discover yourself, discover what reason why you are here. And then the third thing is that you need to be determined to succeed. You understand, as a matter of fact. So if you're not determined to succeed, there's nobody that can help you. You understand? You might have God, but if you're lackadaisical, you're not, determined as well, there's really nothing that you can do. So if you know that, you set a target for yourself, you know what you want to achieve, then you work towards it.
As a word of advice to the younger generation, Dr. Wale Oyebanji says,
Alright, the truth is this, you can be anything you want to be in this life if you're determined to, achieve that. I know that a lot of times people say that you need connections, you need to know this person, you need to know that person. Sometimes, the truth of the matter is that if you are really determined, you don't need anybody. You only need God, and you only need your own, self-will and determination. And then you can walk up to anybody. You can push and make that impact you want to make. So, first thing is that you need to discover yourself, figure out that thing that you're good at, your talent that you're good at, and then work towards it. Be determined to excel. Be determined to succeed. And then, very importantly, education is very important. No matter how talented you are and all of that, it's fine. It's good to diversify. We all can't be professionals, but at least get a form of education. It also, broadens your horizon, and then it contributes to the way you think, and then also in a great way can make people want to listen to you and understand the fact that you even have anything you have to offer in the first instance, basically.
As a challenge, Dr. Wale Oyebanji nominates the following people whose lives are worthy of emulation.
There are quite a lot of people that I think their life is worthy of emulation. This is a very tough one for me. I challenge my friend Dio Israel. I challenge Dr. Juliet Alfiera. I challenge Olivia Modi. And my friend and partner, Dr. OK.